Hey everybody, Mark Anthony here, and another episode of The Whole Message where we show you the intelligent way to get healthy. And I was just noticing I hit a new hole in my belt loop. I've been working out really heavy. I've been hitting that health club quite a bit, trying to get the strength built up. And you know what happened was, a few months ago, I said to myself, who do I want to be 5, 10, 15 years from now? You know, I'm 52 this year. 10 years from now, I'll be 62. What kind of person do I want to be when I'm 62 years old? And I said, I want to be in excellent health. I want to be like that Jackie Lane, one of those, you know, really healthy people in that older age. So I really made a commitment to really get to the health club, and I'm going 4, 5, 6 times a week and spending an hour, hour and a half a day when I'm going. And I've been working on strength training and cardio and just really building up. And I'll tell you what, I have went through one body ache after another. It's been rough. And I'm telling you, the older you get, the tougher it's going to be to get healthy. And that's why you should get healthy now and then maintain to be able to stay healthy. Because as you get older, it's tougher and tougher to get back. And let me tell you, it was one body ache after another, after another. I had body aches starting here and then here. And when I started working out, my wrists were killing me and my arms, my forearms. But I stuck to it. And I kept working out and kept working out. And after about 3 or 4 weeks, they were like, I'm not getting that pain, but it was up here. Now I got some pain in my shoulders right here and right here. And I'm like, okay, I've got to do another exercise. I've got to go this way. And so it's just been this patchwork. I've been just doing patchwork all over the place. But that comes with being in tune with your body. And sometimes, you know, my arms were not working. I was not able to work out, so I'd do my legs. You know, I'd do my leg workouts. And, you know, if my legs were kind of off, and now I'm getting to the point where everything's feeling good. Everything's feeling solid. I'm not having any pain. I can do pretty much any exercise. And it is a phenomenal feeling. It really is. So I encourage you to get healthier by doing some exercise. My wife and I go out walking at least 5 miles every single day. That's above and beyond my workout at the health club. So get some exercise though, and increase it. Increase it, increase it, increase it. And then the food in the kitchen. We got to get in the kitchen, show you how to eat some healthy food. And then we'll be back.
Now, a recipe that really enhances the other entrees and the foods on the plate.
Melody Prettyman's blueberry coleslaw.
I like sweet and sour. Do you like that?
I've never heard of blueberry coleslaw.
Oh, please. Hey, dice those up for me really, really, really fine.
You want all of them or?
Right there. That's good. I don't want to overpower it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. What you doing over there?
I am making the slaw
dressing. And so
Veggies. I love veggies, and this is my favorite. It's the reduced fat, and it's made with flax oil.
What's it mean by reduced fat?
I mean, it doesn't have as much fat in it as the original.
Okay.
So they reduce it, and I like the flax seed.
Okay.
You know, I don't think we have it here with us, but I'll do the cheating way. I'll do it this way. Reduced fat. Now, do me a favor, Mark. If you'll grab the cabbage, I want you to slice that cabbage for me real fine.
Okay.
Long, fine strips.
How much are you going to be looking for?
Probably about 2/3. That's fine. That's fine.
All of it?
About 2/3 of it.
Okay. And you're going thin just because you're doing cabbage.
I'm going very thin. You've got some people that will actually shred it in a shredder, and I like to chop mine up thin.
It's amazing too, because once you add the 2 ingredients here, this is going to shrink. It's going to over time. Is that enough for you? Or
That's good. That's beautiful.
Okay.
That's beautiful.
You want to do a cross cut? Usually I'll do a single cross cut. You know, that type of thing. So you're not getting one long piece that you're trying to eat like spaghetti or something.
Mark, hand me a whisk. Do we have a whisk
Right
over
next
there?
to you.
Oh.
I planned ahead. I saw what she was doing. We read each other's minds, which sometimes is not very good. Yeah.
Scary.
Okay.
Read each other.
You got some red here too. You want some red in there?
I do. This is something.
Yeah, what I like to do is just cut this baby in half
Core
and
it
get
out.
that core out of there. Get the stuff you're not going to use out of there, so what's left is what you're using. And you want to use a little bit of this, a lot.
I want about right there. Let's try that.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So something like that. Boom.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, right in here.
Now, do you see what I have here?
What are you doing? What are you doing here? We see we're missing the boat on this one. She does this all the time, and then you guys call me up wondering, what did she just put in there?
No, really. I have the Vegenaise, and I have fresh lemon juice.
Which you did 2 lemons.
Two and a half lemons.
Wow. Okay.
And then I'm going to test it here to see if I've got enough stevia. I don't want to put regular sugar in here.
And stevia, you're just putting on a little teaspoon of it, or one of those little.
I
Show 'em that.
put
Bring me the stevia.
probably 3
That's really
of those.
good. This is the spoon that they come with the stevia. Just so you use a little bit like that. That's enough for my coffee in the morning.
Oh, it's
That much.
amazing how sweet stevia is. I love it.
622 portions in this. So
Oh, wow.
may seem expensive at $7, but
It's well worth
yeah,
it.
well worth it.
Okay. Now, if you'll bring that big bowl over here, we're going to combine this with it.
Okay, easy enough. Now, one thing about coleslaw I will warn you about right now: when you use purple coleslaw, it's going to turn pink.
It is.
Purple coleslaws is something you serve immediately. You don't want to let it set for a day or two.
No.
If you're going to do it for a day or two, then you want to use the green coleslaw, cabbage, and maybe use carrots and things like that. Red pepper for additional coloring, but you don't want to do the purple. You can already see where this is bleeding
Oh, I'm
already.
loving it.
Of course, that's the technical side. Now we're here just to make it taste good. But how fast and easy was this?
And it's pretty. Look how beautiful that is.
Anything else you want in there? So you're actually kind of using some of the red to get
I
your
want to.
blueberry simulation.
I do.
And then you got the blueberries to really get that bite in there. Okay, there we go. Now we're
Isn't
really
that
getting it.
beautiful? Yes, I love
Okay,
it.
so we're going to put this right in there.
Put it in there. I ought to have people come over to my kitchen for about a week and cook with me. That would be
I
awesome.
wish I could do that.
Don't you wish you could just cook and do
Yeah.
nothing but cook?
I'll tell you, your husband is one blessed man to be able to have somebody
Maybe.
like you cooking for him all the time.
Try it, Mark. See what you think. And it's simple ingredients. Now, you can add some green bell pepper to this. You could add some red bell pepper to it. But I like the blueberries. I like the red cabbage. Just a little onion. Just a little onion.
That is another 10. That is another winner.
It's pretty, too.
But you got to serve it right away. Don't let it waste.
I like to use this on the holidays.
Let's see what it looks
especially.
like tomorrow, too. Let's see how it...
That'd be nice. See how
It's still going to taste good, but it's not going to have the visual appeal like it would today. So there you go. Melody's blueberry coleslaw. And we've got more coming up. Hey everybody, Mark Anthony here, and I'm at the office desk where Dr. Michael Greger with nutritionfacts.org sent me a video that he wants us to air, and it's all about antioxidants of over 3,000 foods. So curiosity on this one, let's see which foods have the best antioxidant value out there.
In the beginning, blueberries were the best. Then walnuts took the title. Then wild blueberries took it back. Then small red beans were considered the #1 most antioxidant-packed foods until herbs and spices were tested. Frankly, I thought it was over in 2007. Remember, USDA had released a database of 277 foods? When only 40 foods were tested, blueberries were number one, but when hundreds of foods were tested, blueberries no longer even made the top 10. I ranked them for you by serving size and by cost, antioxidant bang for your buck. Mission accomplished until last year. The total antioxidant content of more than 3,000 foods, beverages, spices, herbs, and supplements used worldwide. The most comprehensive such study ever, by far. Are there even 3,000 foods out there? Just looking at the first page of the 138-page chart they include with the study, you know you're in for a wild ride when they don't just include something like gooseberries, or Indian gooseberries, or Indian gooseberries in a can, but even the antioxidant power of the syrup in this can of Indian gooseberries. They tested 30 different beers. For those who stay up all night wondering if there's more antioxidants in Coors or Bud Light, the answer? Miller, by a hair. But nothing compared, evidently, to Santa Claus beer from Austria, which put Guinness to shame, and all the rest. Don't laugh. The standard American diet is so pitiful that beer represents the 5th largest source of antioxidants in the United States.
Oh, ouch.
They measured Captain Crunch, the antioxidant content of Tootsie Rolls, everything from Krispy Kreme to the crushed dried leaves of the African baobab tree, the skin of an organic lemon, Norwegian jungle dessert. It took them 8 years to compile all this data. With 3,139 foods tested, you can get as nitty-gritty as you want. Like those new gold kiwis, do they have more antioxidants than the regular green ones? About 3 times as much. This body of work can help us decide hundreds of real-life grocery store decisions we make all the time, but it's easy to get lost in the details. Let's take a step back, which is what the researchers did. What does this body of work say about what we should eat in general? The first thing they did, table 1, was to split everything into plant foods versus animal foods. Here's the plant foods, here's animal foods.
Oh.
On average, plant foods have 64 times more antioxidants than meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. This alone represents a powerful argument to eat a plant-based diet. Every time you eat something in this column, you miss out on an opportunity to eat something in this column. Animal foods max out at 100, plant foods go up to 289,000. Quoting from the conclusion, antioxidant-rich foods originate from the plant kingdom, while meat, fish, and other foods from the animal kingdom are low in antioxidants. Diets comprised mainly of animal-based foods are thus low in antioxidant content, while diets based mainly on a variety of plant-based foods are antioxidant-rich due to the thousands of bioactive antioxidants, phytochemicals found in plants.
Well, there you go. I'm waiting for one specific food, and didn't get the answer. I guess I'm going to have to study through those 3,000 plus spice or foods that are out there. But the bottom line is that the plant strong is your antioxidant solution. And if you're consuming meats, you are not getting the antioxidant that you need. And I love it too, because you'll see all these people nowadays, oh, I'm doing the body cleansing. Well, yeah, because you're filled with a bunch of animal products that you're not getting the antioxidants that you need to cleanse your body. 99% of the population are meat eaters and milk eaters and dairy eaters, and their percentage of people that are just so on this body cleansing thing don't understand that if they just eliminate the animal products that are creating the need to be detoxed, and this is what's going on. So eat those fruits and vegetables, eat those plant-strong items, and you are going to live a healthier life. And that's the whole message, and hopefully I'll have to see if we can get that on the segment here. And that's it for today, and you be blessed, and we'll see you next time. All right, time to make some muffins. And I'm going to show you the easy way to make muffins, the intelligent way to make muffins, and the practical way that we make muffins at home. And really what it takes is your wet ingredients and your dry ingredients, and then your add-ons. That's what you want: wet ingredients, dry ingredients, and add-ons. I do that for a lot of my baking. For my wet ingredients, I've got a couple cups of almond milk here. So that's my first wet ingredient. Applesauce. Do a half cup of applesauce, and we'll do a half cup of butter, which this is the Earth Balance. I use the all vegan type of things, and half a cup of that, and then just a tablespoon of vanilla, and there you go. You've got your wet ingredients right there for you. So, oh, let me do a lemon too. Yeah, because I'm going to be making some lemon blueberry muffins. So we'll get ourselves a lemon in there and set that aside. So we've got our wet ingredients. Dry ingredients, we're going to use 3 cups of the all-purpose flour, and you can use any kind of flour you want. You can mix different flours. After you do them a couple times, you'll see some are a little heavier, some are a little lighter, that type of thing. A couple teaspoons of baking powder. I've got a teaspoon of salt, a little pink Himalayan salt. And then we need about half a cup of sugar in here. So we'll go like that. And that's it for the dry ingredients. Give this a mix, because you got to make sure that that baking powder gets incorporated through all the flour, or you're not going to have consistency. So there you go. You've got your wet ingredients, you got your dry ingredients. And we're just going to pour these wet ingredients right in here. And you don't have to do it 1 drop at a time or anything like that. Just get it in there. Let me grab one of these big spoons here and do some stirring. And there we go. Now that's your base. This is a base recipe right here. You can put this in the oven just like this, and it'd be fine. That's your base recipe for muffins. And this might be a little thicker, it might be a little thinner. It's just gonna change how long you're gonna have to cook it in the oven. Sometimes if, because flour, I mean, in all reality, flour should be done by weight. You should weigh your flour to a gram scale, and I haven't done a lot of that here, but commercially we've done a lot of that because it could be packed. It could, a lot of people sifted flours, things like that. Nice part is when you're doing muffins, it doesn't matter if there's a bunch of lumps and clumps in there. That's just fine to have those lumps in there, and that's what makes it a little airier too. So, all right, and our add-ons. Add-ons today, we're doing blueberries. So I've got a couple cups of blueberries and then the zest of 1 lemon. Woohoo! Let me tell you, anytime you mix blueberries and lemons together, you're gonna have a winning combination. It's just that way. So there we go. And lemons and blueberry all mixed together. Make sure all that zest gets mixed in there real good. All right, let's get some sprayed pans here and do a quick spray on these. And I'm going to show you some varieties of things we can do today, because we're going to have some fun. We're going to experiment in the kitchen with you. By the way, let me tell you, you see my pans? Maybe you can donate to our ministry and buy us some new pans. No, don't do that. Really don't. I mean, you can donate, but don't donate to get me new pans, because I'm still going to use the same old pans. Anytime you watch these cooking shows on television, Oh, they got the most beautiful brand new pans on every single episode. They must go through millions of dollars worth of pans alone every year. And it's like, that's not the way it is in the kitchen. I like my old pans. They work great. Why would I, throw them away? I mean, sometimes they'll get worn out, but for the most part, hey, use them. And I don't know, I just like to be real. Maybe if I get a big show on ABC or NBC or one of those places, I'll be the first person that makes sure that I always use those same pans over and over and over to save money. So, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, we're gonna fill this baby up here. I think I can use the big one. Hopefully I won't make too much of a mess with it. And we need to get these babies over 3/4 full. That's the whole trick. You want to get over that 3/4 full level. And I'm even going to kind of supersize them a little bit. Hopefully they're not going to get all crazy going everywhere. But I'm going to try to get them filled up pretty good here. And as long as they're over 3/4 full, you'll be fine. And if you get too full though, you're going to have a mess in the kitchen. And if we have a mess, we're going to show you that. We're going to show you that mess in the kitchen. Okay, so there's our first pan. This right here would actually make about 15 of those size muffins. Your regular standard size muffins would make about 15 of them. But I thought I'd share with you on making some little muffins, which with the blueberries, it makes it even more challenging. But we're going to try doing some little muffins here because it's nice to have a little variety, little bite-sized muffins. That will work for me. And I'm telling you, you could go to town with this recipe though. I mean, you can do oranges, raspberries, blackberries, so many different variations. Just when you get a good base recipe, that's what you can do. And production-wise, that's what we do. We get our production with the base recipe, and then we just go to town. We could actually make a big batch of the base and literally make 10 different types of muffins, all from the same base recipe. You could take this one base recipe and make 10 different types of muffins. Maybe I'll have to do an extravaganza. We'll get Melody over here. She loves doing those extravaganzas. Okay. Now for the experiment time. We are going to experiment with this pan and find out what's going to happen here. I'm going to we'll put a glob right there. And I think I'll put a big glob over here. Globs, is that a word? Globs. And we'll put another one here. How's that sound? And I think we'll just do one big one and the two little sizes over there. Now, the big question is, how are these going to cook? In fact, let me make this a little rounder here. The question is, and are these going to puff up or are they going to just go like this? Two things are going to happen when you put stuff on a pan in the oven. The batters, if it's going to thin down, it's going to go whoosh. If it stays solid, it's going to go high. Or it might just kind of do a little bit of both. But we're going to find out. So when we come back, you're going to see what happened to our experiment. One other thing though, here, let's do a crumb topping here. Now, crumb toppings are really cool. All you got to do is just add a little bit of sugar right to the top, like this, and boom, you got your crumb topping. How about that? Just put a little bit of sugar on each one of these. And some of you, I bet you didn't even know how they do this. But we're going to kick it up a notch here and do the crumb toppings on them. Okay, just like that. And we'll put these babies in the oven and we'll come back and let's see, it's 375 on the oven. These are going to take 25 minutes, so this will take a little less and this will take a little more. And we'll see you when they're ready. Okay, our lemon blueberry muffins are done. You'll notice something here. This one's a lot lighter because it only took about 15 minutes, where the bigger ones took a little bit longer, so they got that darker, crispy topping on it. So that's kind of the difference that made. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a plastic knife to go around these babies. These are hot too. I should probably wait till these things cool down, but we're gonna see. Woo, yeah, it's steaming hot. Look at that. Steaming hot. Yeah, you're better off just letting them wait. The other ones have been out for a little while, but the bigger ones, like I said, they took about 25 minutes, but they got that nice crispy topping on them. By the way, I like using plastic knives, and that's the thing about Teflon coated. It's like, what's the point in getting Teflon coated knives, Teflon coated pans, if you know you're going to be doing stuff like this to it, and then you got all that Teflon in your food, which definitely cannot be good for you. And so, boom, there's our big muffins, our little muffins, which are a little bit, these should come out pretty good. Yeah, still a little sticky, probably from the sugar topping, but. Oh, these are perfect. That lemon blueberry combination, like I said, you cannot go wrong with a lemon blueberry combination. It's just mathematically impossible. And tell you, your kids, your family are going to love these things. And this is a healthier version. This isn't a, you've got a little bit of sweetener here, but I didn't use any refined sugars. I used that all natural Florida crystals. Try to stay away from the processing. Bottom line, you have to have some type of sweetener. This one I actually used the applesauce in there. And so the applesauce is a little better sweetener than a lot of these things that are going on out there. So just like that. Okay, so boom. What do you think? I think that will work. I love it when I got my towels right here. Boom. Okay, now here's our experiment. We've got that going. Here's our experiment. Didn't really work the way I thought it would. I was hoping to get a little more height on it. These are more like a flat pancake, just not quite the look that I was looking for. This one got a little bit thicker in the center, and but flavor-wise, it's going to taste the same. It's going to taste exactly the same. The point I want to share with you right here is, technically, in a restaurant, they would look at something like this and say that it's unservable. Definitely not servable. And a lot of times things get thrown away when it's perfectly good food. So a lot of times you can experiment in the kitchen. Is this something I would do again? Probably not. But as far as servability, it's servable, okay? Restaurant-wise, it might not be servable, but it's edible. So let's look at the difference between servability and edibility. We want things that are edible. This is very edible. It tastes great. The texture, everything's perfect. Servability, it doesn't quite have the body that you'd be looking for, like in a muffin. But either way, there you go. It's another winning combination. So this is the simplicity that I like to teach, is showing you the basic recipe, getting the fundamentals down, and then you can expand into wow factors. This is not even a wow factor. This is just a basic recipe. And we've got a few other ones that really show you how to take muffins and whoa, but a lot of times we've got to get the basics down too. So then you can run with it. But anyway, this is Mark Anthony enjoying a fabulous blueberry lemon muffin, and we'll see you next time in the kitchen. Hi, Mark Anthony here with another Doctor of the Day moment. And let me tell you, I like our Doctor of the Day moments, and I've got a lot of recommendations for doctors, and I could give you a whole mother load of doctors who are definitely on the don't listen to list. But today I've got one that's kind of a mixed bag of tricks for you here. We're going to go to Dr. Joel Fuhrman. Dr. Fuhrman, his website is Dr. Fuhrman, FUHRMAN.com, drfuhrman.com. And the reason I'm talking about a little mixed information here is that, let me tell you, I've listened to this doctor a few times, and he's got a lot of things going on. He's been a New York Times bestseller. Let me share with you what we've got here. Right here is his website. And yeah, he's been a New York Times bestseller list, Eat to Live, The End of Dieting. Of course, he does promote a plant-strong lifestyle, which he's got a lot of valuable information. And if we go through these things, he's got about us and losing weight and reversing diabetes. He's got some success stories up here, events that he's going to be at. Ask the Doctor, little questions and answers that pop up, frequent Ask the Doctors. Library here with a whole bunch of information. But the problem is, here we go to the shop. And in the shop, he is selling multivitamins. And like I've always said, don't listen to these doctors that are trying to sell you a bunch of pills, even if they're vitamins, because, their mind is going to be doing whatever they can to orchestrate this entire aura of making you believe that you need these products. And you don't. You don't need these vitamins. You don't need these supplements. If you're eating a healthy lifestyle, you should never have a need for anything like this. Now, I understand his take on this because there's a lot of people that just aren't eating a healthy lifestyle, and they probably do need these type of supplements. Or there's people that don't get the right nutrients, and they do need certain supplements. But it's not the doctor who should be selling those supplements, because it creates a conflict of interest. That's exactly what it is. It's a conflict of interest for me to be recommending something that I myself am selling, and when it comes to a doctor. And but his information is fabulous. I mean, let me tell you, he's got some of the best information in here. He also has a membership center here where you can sign up to be a member, getting so much a month. You can pay $5.95, or you can have a lifetime membership for $3,000. So I'm not sure what's really involved in these memberships, if he's providing medical advice or if it's just discounts on his products, and or what that entails. I'm just not sure. I'm not going to get into the revenue centers of the doctor here. But I'm telling you, and I love his vitamin advisory. See, there's a vitamin advisor where he says what women should have and what men should have and what children should have. But once again, it's all designed around his particular, things that he's selling. So this is why, sometimes you got to take the good with the bad, but, who are you going to trust? Somebody who's pushing their own products on you, or somebody who's saying, hey, this is what you should do. I'm not the one selling these products. I'm just telling you what you need. It's like me. I'm telling you that you should eat lots of starches. Now, if I owned a company selling starches, what would that do for my credibility? And these are the things I'm talking about. You have to understand, consider the source. What are the purposes of the source? Soda beverage companies spend, I don't know how much money promoting the fact and saying that, oh, their sodas are good for you, even though they're not, because they have a different purpose and a different agenda, which would actually be what you call propaganda. When you're propaganda out there in order to take care of a particular cause. So anyway, he's a great doctor. I mean, he's got the knowledge of a plant-strong lifestyle and a lot of things like that, but he should not be selling the products that he's recommending. So anyway, Mark Anthony showing you the reality and the truth of what's really going on out there in the world. And it's my job to, open up your eyes to these type of things. And we'll see you next time. We're back in the kitchen for another exciting segment. What in the world do you have cooking here?
Well, we are making some a pasta salad type thing, and it's called pepe salad.
Pepe salad.
Yes.
Pepe. And what exactly is this stuff?
It's a very small noodle. It gets bigger when you cook it. It's just like any other pasta. You can buy it in most stores.
Huh. Now, I've never used this before. I mean, I've used couscous and a lot of different, little ones, but I've just never used this before. So this is already cooked.
Yep.
And then what do we do next?
I'm gonna get going on this sauce, and you're gonna make me a slurry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can do that.
So what I'm gonna do is we have mandarin orange juice here. Just gonna drain that out of the can. Then we also have some pineapple juice. And
So orange, you're just taking the juice out of there.
yeah. And then I have some maraschino cherries. And this will add the pink color to the noodles with our final
Oh,
product.
we're gonna have a pink dish.
Okay, so when you're done with that, you're just gonna add half a cup of sugar. Doesn't kind of, like, I don't think it matters
So
what
is this a
kind of sugar.
dessert? Is this like a sweet or a side dish?
It's mainly a dessert.
Be nice for a fellowship meal.
Yeah, that's actually what
Yeah,
my mom
just a-
cooks it for.
Oh, this is one of your mom's
Yeah, but I'm
secret recipes that you've been manipulating, huh? She's like me. She manipulates other people's recipes and makes them far better than they ever were before.
I'm kind of changing it up by adding coconut though. So
Okay. So we need to bring that to a boil
yes,
and then add your cornstarch.
yes.
All right. Yeah, anytime.
And now that it's boiling, I'm gonna add this slurry.
Slurry. Don't all of it. Ah. Okay. Give her a stir. Stir that baby up. You might want to shut it off real quick. It's going to go boiling everywhere. Wow, that's thick too. You want it that thick?
Yeah, it'll make the
Yeah.
noodles not stick that much, and
Looks great. Man, you just made jelly or something there.
jam,
Well, I just want to taste it just to see what it tastes like.
cherry.
It tastes hot. Woo! It's really good. Okay. What's next?
We'll just let that cool for a second, and you can start chopping, so I don't cut off my fingers.
Yeah, right. I've seen you chop before. So we're just gonna chop a little bit of this here. Just one light chop.
Yeah. Usually my mom throws it in the blender, but it might be better with chunks.
And that would all be based on personality. Some people like big chunks in their salads. Other ones like, not so big of chunks. That's the nice part about the kitchen. There's like 100 right ways to do everything. You want these chopped or in there like that?
You can chop them just a little bit,
Okay.
because they're already kind of small.
Okay. Get out of there. There you go. Okay.
And then while this is cooling, when we're done with it, we're gonna put it in the pasta, and then we're gonna put it in the fridge and let it cool, and then we'll put in the veggies.
You want
Not
this
the veggies, but the fruit. Yeah.
chopped or?
Yeah.
Okay. Couple of them?
All of them.
Really? Okay. I like the way you think. Now, if you want to take your time, I can probably actually do some really cute rings with this. You know, take each cherry and kind of turn it into a ring. But for this, we're just going to do a chop, right? Okay.
You can do different things. It doesn't have to be a dessert. Like you can do, I guess you can do basically anything because it's just pasta.
Isn't that nice? Okay, got that done. We're gonna set that aside, you said, and that's gonna
I
go in
think it's
here.
good.
You want me to stir as you do that? And I'll...
Yeah.
Wow, it's actually working pretty good here.
Yep. It's turning
Not
pink.
what I expected.
Now, while we let it sit in the fridge, it'll get more of that pink color from the cherries.
So you want this to go in the fridge for a couple hours or something? Or?
Not for a couple hours. Maybe just like 20 minutes.
Okay. Cool. You want to just cool it down.
Yeah. Maybe even 15 minutes.
Probably put it in the freezer for that much time. Okay, so we'll put this in the refrigerator and then we'll come back after we clean up and see what it looks like. Okay, I got my fruit chopped up. What you got going on?
I'm gonna go get this pasta.
Okay, it's been in the fridge for about a half hour, so should cool down a little bit for you. Okay, let's see here. So it's kind of gelled a little bit. It's kind of turned into a gel,
And it's pink.
almost like Jell-O. So what do you think?
Pink.
And how do we want to plate this up then? What do you want to
Well,
do? We'll start with that one? Okay, you've got a fork. Oh, you got a fork in there, so that'll work.
okay. So we're just gonna fill this one first, and then we're gonna mix the fruit and the thing
Okay,
together.
so
Okay.
because you're going to do some layering here, right?
Yeah.
And if you're going to layer, we get our bottom layer like that. And then you're going to want me to, oh, look at me, sloppy Mark. Wait, aren't we supposed to do a retake and make that disappear and then come back? If you ever watch people on television, the very next clip, that will be gone. And no, it's hilarious, but I'll move it myself. Okay. I get a kick out of how these people do their cooking shows on television. Okay, so we're layering here.
Making sure it's level.
Now this isn't something you would normally do then, on this
No.
recipe.
We're just making this one all fancy looking.
Oh, I'm gonna make it pretty. I just washed, so I'm doing good. Okay, then you want a little bit more on top, another layer?
Mm-hmm. And then that's the last layer.
I may move the,
And then, so once we're done with this one, we're gonna just mix the fruit and the pepe together.
okay, got it like that. There we go.
Let me see this.
Oh, wait.
Cool.
You saw that, didn't you?
Smoothing it out.
And there's a lot of vegan Cool Whips and things that are, you know, all vegan. Sometimes you got to watch the sugar content, but there's some really healthy ones out there. You want just one little dollop on the top? Is that what we're going to do? Give this a little stir.
And then we're gonna put some coconut and then a cherry.
Okay, there's your dollop. A little dollop will do you.
Do a dollop with Daisy.
And then you were talking about taking this and mixing it right in here.
Yep, and then we're gonna mix.
You want it all in there?
Mm-hmm.
Juice too or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's got a little bit of that pink juice and it'll make it even more pink. And then you're gonna mix most of the whipped cream.
You want it mixed in here?
Mm-hmm. That's what we always do.
Okay.
It gives it a creamy texture.
I'm going to save a little bit for the top though, just because I like that look.
Yeah.
Oh, now this makes it totally different then.
And then to give it a little bit of a different texture, we're gonna add some almonds.
Okay.
You see, we at home, we just do it like that. No almonds, no coconut. Just the whipped cream and the cherries and the fruit and the pasta. But, you know, we're special. We're doing it differently.
Okay. I don't know if I have a bigger bowl. All right, well, you can just serve it right like this for all that matters. Or do you want to plate it up a little bit?
Plate it up.
Get fancy.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, if you can find the right size bowl, that'd be a good idea. But let's say you're going to a little fellowship meal or something and you want to take over a little something for a picnic or something like that.
Casserole looking dish would do.
Yeah, anything. You can put this in anything. Dollop on the top.
1 second. Dollop on the top. This takes time.
Beautiful.
Wait. Gotta make it.
I love the way you kick it up a notch. You must have had a good teacher. That would be Scott, her dad. Yes, this is not my daughter. This is Scott Fortier's daughter. And if you don't know about Scott, he's the one, what was it, maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago? You would have been knee-high to a grasshopper.
I was 5.
And Scott called me up and said, hey, why don't you come out and do a cooking show? And I was like, never done a cooking show anywhere. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. You know, didn't charge him a nickel. He's like, you're not going to charge me anything? I said, no, God will provide. And so I drove from Las Vegas all the way to Florida to do some cooking programs at his church. And that's when I met you. And now, look, she's not even on boxes anymore. Used to be, when we first started doing these a couple of years ago, we had boxes that Abby was standing on. And now, you don't even need a box. So
I remember one time you came over to my house.
pretty soon you'll be taller than me.
One time he came over to my house when he was doing a program near us, and I have 2 sisters, and we would always do these Iron Chef things. One time the secret ingredient was pineapple.
I
made
remember that.
burritos, and my sister made tacos.
Yes, we did Iron Chef, and each one of the kids had to make 1 or 2 recipes out of the pineapples. And that was fabulous. We got that recorded somewhere too. I'm not sure
I think
where.
it's on YouTube.
It's in the archive, yeah. So anyway, boom. That is beautiful, fabulous, easy, fairly
Tasty.
healthy. And
Except for the
let me
whipped
see if it
cream.
tastes good.
Me too.
People, let me tell you, I hate tapioca. I just don't like the texture or anything. And I thought I was going to hate this because it looks like tapioca. It's great. It is absolutely fabulous. This one's going home with me.
My recipe.
Very good. And you definitely kicked it up a notch today. So.
You can even use some coconut cream to make a whipped cream to make it a step further
Right.
vegan. Or you can
Instead
just
of
get
this, and that's what we normally do, is just get the coconut
Cream.
and whip it. Yeah. So anyway, that's our program for today, and we'll see you next time in the kitchen. Hey everybody, I've got a little one of my fun Facebook posts that I want to share with you, and this one has a picture of Neil Bernard here, Dr. Neil Bernard, and it says, the beef industry has contributed to more American deaths than all the wars of this century, all natural disasters, and all automobile accidents combined. Neil Bernard, AZ quotes. Well, I don't doubt it. I think you could add a few more things to that, and the beef industry is, between beef and milk and dairy, I guess, is that part of the beef industry, the cattle industry. They are the #1 contributors, to a lot of the sickness and illnesses that we have. But the thing I want to share with you, do we really know if Neil Bernard actually said this? I'll tell you, you get so many people, oh yeah, it must be true. I heard it on Facebook. Yeah, it's got to be true. Anybody can put a picture of somebody up here and put a quote next to them and put it on Facebook, and people all over the world start thinking that that person said that particular thing. Now, sometimes it might be true. Other times it is absolutely false. That person never said that. And, I just don't trust, trust no man. The Bible says trust no man. And so, while it's a nice fluffy quote and everything, and it could be his, amen to that, I wouldn't doubt it. But we just got to be leery and understand that, we just can't sit there and assume that that person said that exact quote. Because sometimes it might be manipulated a little bit or something. But anyway, it's pretty true that the beef industry is definitely caused deaths with cholesterol and heart disease and cardiovascular problems and cancers, and the list goes on and on. So that's our story for today. That's our post for the day, and we will catch you next time with the whole message. Hey everybody, Mark Anthony here. Cherry picking time. So we picked up some cherries, went out there and picked them right off the trees. I love those you pick. Go there and the price is right. You can get, and these are actually yellow cherries. Look at those babies, beautiful yellow cherries, which is actually the cherries that they use for, maraschino cherries, and because they can color them any way they want. But what I thought I'd do for you today is just share with you a fast, easy, delicious concept about making salad dressings. So all it's going to take is a few cherries here. And let me set back my, love that? Isn't that cool? I love my little cherry pitter. Now the one thing you got to know, if there's a cherry in there, it's going to go in there and get blended up, and you'll hear it. But here's what we're going to do. Simple, easy recipe for a fabulous salad dressing. And all you got to do is put some white cherries in there. We are going to put a little bit of water in here just to kind of get the old baby going. And a couple more ingredients here. Lemon. Lemon works fantastic. I'm just going to do a half a lemon on this one. Usually I'll make a big batch, but this will be enough for a couple salads here. And we'll hit it with the lemon. And of course, if you got the lemon, sometimes you might want a little bit of sweetener for that. And all I'm going to do is hit this with some stevia, and just a little. And this is very powerful, so you don't want to use a lot of it. That powdered, pure, organic stevia. And then what we're going to do, we're going to give this a blend until it's smooth and creamy. And I might even need to add a little more water to that. And then right when it's done, I'm going to add my secret ingredient, pistachio oil. And it really gives it an amazing flavor. You can use walnut oil. You can use olive oil if you want. But today we're using that pistachio oil. So let's get this baby blending. just like that. Absolutely spectacular dressing for your salads. Just like that. And let me tell you, you're going to taste the pistachio and you're going to taste the cherry. The nice part about using yellow cherries is it doesn't look all pink. If you use the red cherries, it'll still taste great, but you'll have that pink color, and pink color is not one of my favorites when it comes to a salad. But boom, boom, just like that, you've got a great salad dressing. You know, you just take your water, your little lemon, put a sweetener in it. You can salt it up if you want. Cherries, you can do different types of fruit, hit it with a little bit of oil, and boom, you've got a salad dressing. So Mark Anthony, the easy way to cook in the kitchen. We'll see you next time. Just a reminder, our books are available on the website. We've got Vegan Simplicity available. We've got Melody Prettyman's book available, Simply Yummy. Really good, great recipes in that book. Simply incredible, 400 pages, full color. And our newest edition is the Baby Steps to an Amazingly Healthier You. And this is a great 12-part DVD, has 4 discs in there, and it has a really great insight about how to take those steps one step at a time and start getting healthier. And so this is one that I think you'll really enjoy. And all these are available, chefmarkanthony.com. That's our program for today. Thank you all for tuning in. We've got a passion to serve you and get you healthy, and the way you get healthy, get some exercise. By all means, get active, start moving, and be consistent and increase. Increase. Get up to that point where you're exercising an hour a day and be consistent. And then if you can use heavier weight or faster paces, that's gonna help. And of course the food, that's what we do. It's getting you healthy one bite at a time. So we'll see you next time. You be blessed.